Hey everyone, welcome back to Resistor Garage. In this video, we finished building the chain hoist gantry behind me, and we unload the Chevy Bolt battery from my pickup truck and begin disassembly. So those pieces are going to be part of the legs. There'll be legs going upright. There'll be 3 2x4s next to each other. 2x10 will stack on top of one of these cut 2x4s, and then there'll be a longer one in the middle that we can bolt the 2x10 to. I'm following instructions from a video by Specific Love Creations. These next pieces here are going to be for the base. Flat against the ground. Actually, they'll have casters on them, so I'll be able to roll this around. There'll be 3 on each side. They'll make kind of like a U shape. Alright, there's the Chevy Bolt battery. It's been waiting for me to build this chain hoist gantry so I can get this out of here, then I'll start disassembling it at some point in the future. That completes our uprights and our base pieces. These are our base pieces. The uprights will sit right here. The 2x10 will go across here to the other side, and then the chain hoist will go in the center of the 2x10s. I could work a little longer tonight, but I think I'm going to call it a night. Go get some supper, and we'll work some more on this on another day. So it's been raining for the last couple days. I came out after the end of the last clip and assembled the bases onto the uprights. And I glued together some angle pieces and cut them at 45-degree angles so they're ready to go in. Since I began building the chain hoist gantry, it's been a nasty heat wave here in Tennessee. So it's been super hot. So I haven't been able to completely finish. But today I went to Harbor Freight and bought some equipment for removing the battery from the pickup, and some equipment for a welder I bought online. I bought a little welding cart. I bought some welding gloves, bought a welding helmet, and those things. That's kind of far down the line. And then I bought some hardware to begin taking the battery out of the truck. So I bought some of these eye bolts at Home Depot, and I plan to put these through the original mounting holes for the battery. And then these will stick up. I'll be able to hook a chain onto this. So I'll be able to hook a chain across the rear, a chain across the front, and then I'll hopefully be able to pinch those together and lift with the chain hoist. So we'll use some of these quick links to connect between the chain and the eye bolts attached. I'll have to cut this chain. Well, scratch that. It doesn't go through. So I'll have to figure out another method. I did buy some hooks, but I don't think they'll work for this either. Not a big surprise there, but it is what it is. And so these are the ends. These are the ends that I bought for the chain. You know, they're meant to hook like this. They won't go through here. And they're meant for the 1/4-inch chain that I purchased. But the chain will go through the hole of the eye bolt. So what I might do is just stick it through and bolt these together. We'll have to see. All right, I dug through a bunch of random nuts and bolts I had laying around. I found definitely enough that will work. So I'm going to start stringing the chains across, and then I'll cut them to length, and we'll go from there. All right, we're doing a test lift. We just finished building the chain hoist, and I got the chains hooked up to the battery. It's a little heavier in the back end. I might have to shorten this rear chain a little bit, but it's definitely lifting it. Yeah, I'll have to shorten this a little bit. All right, it looks good. I have to clear out some room in the garage because I want to place this in there. I can't get this through the garage when it's upright, so I'll have to tip it, bring it in the garage, and then I'll back the truck in and we'll lift this out. But it seems like it's definitely sturdy enough to do it. So far so good. All right, so I adjusted the lift points from the very front corner to the second attachment point. And then on the rear, it seems to be more balanced. It's not perfect, but I think that'll be a lot better for lifting and moving it around. As you can see, we got daylight below. It's not touching the truck anymore. So I plan to go to Murfreesboro this upcoming Saturday and pick up a Nissan Leaf powertrain. So that will include the motor, the transmission, the inverter, and the PDU. I think I'm going to go with the 2017 model because they have open inverter support where you can drop in an open source board and get extra power out of the original inverter and motor, up to about 200 horsepower. Whereas if I went with a Gen 3 inverter, which is 2018 plus, I would like to get the 200 plus horsepower drivetrain from a 2018 plus, but it's very expensive. It's very hard to find. So the 2017 makes more sense, where I can drop in the open inverter board and get that extra horsepower without spending a whole bunch extra money. The open inverter board for the 2018 plus is still in development. It hasn't been finished yet. So I think this is the best route to go for me. So I will drop in the Nissan Leaf motor at the original 80 kilowatt, which I think is right around 100 horsepower. And I'll get this car up and driving with that. And then eventually I will drop in the open inverter board and unlock the extra horsepower with the Gen 2 motor. The gantry is too tall to fit through the garage door, so we had to tilt it down and roll it in. I put some Healy wheels on the gantry, so yeah, could tilt it and roll it in. So my wife and I just did that, and it's surprisingly heavy. It's probably 250, 300 pounds, but we got it rolled in here, and now we are ready to back the truck in and get the battery out. I'm gonna put some cribbing down on the floor, just stacks of wood, and then we'll place the battery on that. It's easier to work on. I'm not working on the floor. The plan is today we're going to run to Murfreesboro and pick up the Nissan Leaf motor. There's a junkyard there, actually surprisingly close to the Nissan factory in Smyrna, Tennessee. They said it was a surplus motor from the factory, so they said it may have been used in testing or a demo vehicle or something like that, and then was taken out and brought straight to the junkyard. So this could be a lightly used motor with very low miles. It's kind of a rainy, gloomy day here, but we're gonna back the truck in, get the battery out, and then we'll have room in the truck bed to put the Leaf motor into, and we'll get some more videos of that when we're loading it up. Well, we got the truck in the garage with so much room to spare. It's a little tight, but we get the chain hoist hooked up to the battery here. It's pretty much vertical, and then we got just enough room where we can probably drop the tailgate after we get it lifted from the bed a little bit. We can start driving forward and get the battery out.
Come with me and you'll see it's a world of OSHA violations.
Thank you, Amber. Yeah, we are in a world of OSHA violations. So now we got a lot more room in here, and we can actually build the cribbing underneath. I'm gonna do that off camera because nobody's gonna like us being anywhere near the underside of that while we build cribbing. So we'll just snap our fingers and the cribbing will be built. Sick, no OSHA violations were committed. Now we can begin lowering the battery onto the cribbing. She stopped, she's not going anywhere. Probably says this one. It's down, it's sturdy, it's safe. So with this off of here, today we can go pick up the motor from Murfreesboro, and then I can begin disassembling this pack after we get back in the upcoming days and weeks. After we took a look around, we noticed in the front here, Amber's pointing with a stick, that's not entirely stable. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift it back up and we're gonna put one more cross brace across there, further back, so the front of the battery catches that front cross brace. All right, so we took that front board, the front top board, and moved it back underneath. So now it's stable. So we moved it underneath the, see where this first attachment point is? There's a cross brace that goes across there, and that's where the previous board. So now the whole battery is nice and stable on top of the pallet there.
And with that, the DIY Gantry crane officially passed the test. The heavy lifting is done, the battery pack is unloaded, and we are officially ready for the real work to begin. But this was just the warm-up act. Next time on Resistor Garage, the build hits high voltage. We are finally picking up the Nissan Leaf motor to map out the drivetrain, and we are cracking open the Chevy Bolt battery pack for the first time. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the teardown. Drop a comment below if you've worked on these packs before, and I'll see you back in the shop.